JD, just talk about the guys in front of you extending that 2-out rally and setting the table.
Huge. You know, that was a great example of just how you grind out an inning, grind out at bats. Everybody, you know, something we would preach about, and we were talking about it after the game, or not after the game, but after that inning actually. Underneath, we're like, dude, that was such a perfect example of just grinding at bats out, finding ways to get guys on, and just keeping the line moving.
Third row on your left.
JD, when you stepped up in the fifth there, Pierce had just walked 5 pitches, none of which were really close. What's your approach in that situation, given there was some wildness, and then the pitch that you did get seemed like a decent pitch from his perspective? What kind of swing did you get on that one?
You know, I faced him yesterday, and I was very similar situation. You know, he was a little wild, and I went up there kind of passive, and I said, you know, trust your eyes. Go up there and trust your eyes, and if it's a ball, it's a ball, but don't go up there being passive. And, you know, it wasn't a bad pitch. It was, you know, a good pitch. I was just, you know, fortunate enough to, you know, stay inside of it and dump it in, really.
Nick.
JD, did you learn a lot from the at-bat last night with him and take that into this at-bat?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the at-bat last night, like I said, this situation is a very similar situation, and you know, I felt like I kind of made the adjustment today of going up there and trusting my eyes, not just going up there and thinking he's wild and, you know, he's not going to throw a strike. So that was pretty much, you know, kind of what I learned from the night before.
Right up front here, Mike.
JD, Alex told us a little while ago that one thing that makes you guys unique is in this era of hitting 215, 210, but 39 home runs and 100 RBIs, that's acceptable. Well, for this team, it's not, because the idea is not to go up there and try to slug all the time. It's try to make contact, especially with 2 outs. Just want to get your read on how important that is in making those type of adjustments, not swinging for the fences.
You know, it's a big argument in baseball, a big topic everybody wants to talk about. You know, we always talk about just focusing on, you know, obviously we want the ball in the air as hitters here. We're not up there trying to hit everything in the air and trying to just, you know, just swing for the fences. It's one of those things where we go up there and the pitch dictates what we're going to do. We're not up there forcing balls in the air, where I feel like it's the common mistake with hitters these days. And I think it's something that we all talk about, and we have a really good understanding of it, where we kind of think of hitters, we're hitters before sluggers, in a sense. And you know, that's how I think. You know, I take pride in hitting and being, you know, not just one-dimensional hitter, a complete hitter. And it's something that we all talk about.
Questions for JD? Rich?
Just talk about David coming out in the next inning. Did you feel he got pumped up by the way you guys rallied for those 3 runs?
Yeah, definitely. He was definitely pumped, you know, coming out. He was out there, you know, battling his butt off, and you got to tip your hat to him. The last 2 outings, he's been unbelievable. And, you know, I'm so happy for him and proud of him, you know, being able to going through all that criticism that he's been getting here to bounce back the way he's been doing. He's a huge part of our team, and you know, I couldn't be happier for him.
Third row on your left.
You touched on a little bit earlier about the guys in front of you grinding out at bats and grinding out that inning, but specifically with Vasquez there, 2 outs, 2 strikes. How much, as a guy batting 3rd, 4th all year, have you seen those guys at the bottom of the order, whether it's Jackie or Sandy or Christian, turning it over and sort of starting those rallies?
Yeah, those are huge. Something you know, someone they ask about it all the time. You know, everybody wants to talk about the 2, 3, 4 guys in this team, but to win 108 games, you got to have a complete team, and I think that's what we do so well. It doesn't matter who we put in there. You know, it could be Nooney pinch hitting or Brock coming off the bench. You know, we just have guys that really do a really good job of, like you said, grinding the at-bats out and turning the lineup over. I think everybody takes pride in that.
Do 3 more, the 4th row.
It looked like you were favoring your ankle a little bit at times tonight. How is your ankle, and what does it mean for playing the outfield in games 3, 4, and 5?
You know, obviously I rolled it yesterday, so you know it was sore today, but you know I was able to play and be competitive. You know, as of right now I'm planning on playing. You know, I feel like it's gonna be fine.
And Stephanie?
What's your approach with 2 outs? Does it change hitting with 2 outs?
No, I don't think it does. I don't know. No, I really don't think it does. I mean, you know, everyone's talking about that. They're, you know, we're coming through with these 2 outs things, but to me, I just feel that we do a really good job of not giving up, not giving that last out away.
So is it more important almost to not have a 2 out approach, to have it be the same as the rest of it?
I mean, I think the approach is kind of the same. I think it doesn't really change. You know, obviously, unless there's a guy on third base and you have 1 out versus 2 outs, it's different. But you know, when there's a guy on second base, it doesn't really matter. I think the approach kind of stays the same, and you know, you're trying to just really put barrel on the ball.
I'll finish up with Joe at the back.
JD, congratulations on a fine start to the World Series. It's being broadcasted in Japan Live as well. I have the task of having to translate everything you say. And when you say grind out a great at-bat or 2 out at-bat, it's probably a mental approach thing and also a small change in the swing type thing. To help me out, can you tell me a little bit about what grind out a good at-bat means?
To me, grinding out a good at-bat is pretty much fighting, and it's not trying to do too much with pitches, just finding a way to spoil a good pitcher's pitches, really. You know, if a pitcher goes up there and he's throwing a ball and it's, you know, a breaking ball down and away or a fastball up and in, and, you know, a perfect pitcher's pitch, and you're able to just foul it off and stay alive in the at-bat, kind of just keep grinding, keep working through the at-bat and hoping for that mistake that he's going to make, you know, and if he doesn't, then you walk, and if he does, then then you hit the ball and you have a chance that way. I think that's kind of what I mean by grinding out at bats.
JD, thanks for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you.